Hi, hello. Name's Faceless, but you can call me Red. Today, I would like to introduce you Sanity Check, the show where I finally lose my shit. Let me explain. The concept is simple. I find 3 mangas, manhwas, or manhwas, or anything pop culture related that has more than 1 chapter. Read it and give my thoughts. But I hear you asking, this is just every other review out there. What's the difference, Red? Why the Sanity Check? And to that I answer, oh, I haven't talked about the juicy part. Every series that I pick is going to be either something so stupid you would want to scream to the screen until it's broken, or something that I personally don't like, or something that is horrifyingly, utterly despicable that you would want to vomit your brain out after reading it. Hence, the Sanity Check. As you can see, I have an HP bar right here, which indicates my current sanity. With each series I read, I'm going to drop this by the amount of damage I have received from that particular series. It's gonna be fine. Why, I hear you ask? Sometimes to find something that is new and interesting to you, first you have to go through this boring and painful experience of trying to understand that thing. To test if that particular thing is really bad or your prejudice is clouding your vision. Sometimes you're wrong and you find something good. But most of the time, you're right. And left with the damage and wasted time. But you move on. Plus, I needed some sub-series where it won't take me 2 months to produce since, we're not really doing well. Don't worry about it. I'll fix this. Somehow. Anyways, without further ado, let's roll the dice of hell. Look, people, I'm going to be honest with you. Until I've opened this world file, I didn't even know this manga existed. The only thing I remembered is that there were 3 other mangas, each even stupider than the other, that lost to this one. Do you understand what I'm trying to imply? This manga was so stupid that my brain literally tried to save my wasted neuron cells. So I had to reread it. And oh boy, was this a challenge. Let me summarize you the plot. Japan, with its declining population, starts to give high schoolers marriage education. By locking them up on a fucking house and watching them 7/24 and giving points to these classmates / strangers, now couples, on how intimate they act with each other. just why? Our main couple, of course, loves other people, so they decide that they have to gain enough points to enter top 10. Yeah, there's a competition, by the way. Fuck why? I hear you ask. Great question. In this program, if you act intimate with your partner enough to enter top 10, you can change your partners with whomever you want. So, if you cooperate, love your partner enough, you can change. What are you trying to teach these kids? If they're compatible enough to enter top 10, why would they want to change their partners? Shouldn't it be the other way around? This doesn't make an ounce of sense. Yes, it does not. Now you understand. The plot is all over the place. The romance, it's there if you look for it, but it's anything but cohesive. You try to emphasize with these people who are in this impossible situation, only to get stabbed in the back because their personalities are all over the place. And this time, you can't even blame the fucking hormones for it. They act in a certain way, not because of their personalities, but because the fucking plot required it for a heart-dropping romantic scene. Look, if you have enough time in your hands that you don't know what to do with it, well, you can give this one a chance. It's bland, but it's not 100% terrible. You can use this as a procrastination tool while you're waiting for that one series to receive a new chapter. Just delete the whole premise in your head, and it's just another romantic comedy. For that, I'll only give this one a -10 damage. This one, on the other hand... Okay, so this one's a Chinese series. And I have already mentioned on the previous videos how I did not have a good first impression on these before. So there was already a wall there. But this series, the first chapter was actually good. I was quite surprised. I thought to myself, is this the one? Am I finally going to like these things? The premise is that this dude goes back in time, reincarnated, but this world is morally reversed. And the moment he opens his eyes, he's getting raped by this woman. How cool is that? He runs away like any other male specimen in the situation would, and then realizes that, damn, this shit is fucked up. He goes outside and voila, roles are reversed. Males are women, women are men, you know, the two genders there are. Look, I don't know about the other ones, alright? They did not exist on the chapters that I have read. I don't know if they exist. I don't know if they got reversed. I don't know who they might got reversed with. These are questions, yes, but I have no answer. And also, this is a Chinese series. So you can put 2 to 2 together, I bet, without me trying to tell you what's going on. They're dead. But after a few chapters, you know what happens? This. Women around him starts to blush and stuff. They start to act like our women. Not trying to generalize, but they're not reversed anymore for some reason. The woman who tried to rape him is like, oh my god, how cool is this guy? You might think, they're changing, you don't get it, he's changing them. Oh yeah? First of all, if they're going to act like non-reversed women, then what's the fucking point? Second of all, can you imagine Kevin Spacey blushing like this because he got pushed around a bit? Yeah, I don't think so. That's right, this turns into a power fantasy real quickly. He starts to bully people. Why? Because he's a petty guy. Look at this fucking scene. And you're telling me this guy cultivated? How? Years of training, and you can't even be humble because this dude is a bit of a douche? Weren't you like supposed to ascend beyond your human emotions to cultivate? This guy's supposed to be that? I don't think so. You know, a great guy once said, not gonna lie, they got us in the first half. Minus 15 points to Gryffindor. You know the golden rule of thumb, people. If the name is long, it's either good or it's horrible. This one, it's not good. Well, I mean, to be fair, it does exactly what it says. There is a hero, and he does take a lot of revenge. So you might ask, then what's the problem, Red? It is as advertised. Let me ask you a question. What makes a revenge tasteful? The progression until the backstabbing happens. And if the plot behind this is any good, when the revenge time comes, you're not in your seat. The problem with this series is that the villains are so one-dimensional. At some point I thought they were gonna rip the space-time continuum and open up a black hole in my screen. They're bad because it feels good. You get it now? You get it, man? I don't get it. I thought we left these kind of personality traits in 1960s. Hence, even though it is as advertised and he does a good amount of killing, I did not care. Except for maybe one person. This dude is just a psychopath. I don't want to cheer on his killing, even though on paper it's kind of justified. He's literally nuts. Most of the shit he does, it does not make any sense. But I can't really blame him, huh? Because the people who he's trying to take revenge on are even crazier than him. If you're gonna kill him, just kill him, man. In fact, if you stopped doing those faces like somebody's tickling your prostate and never talked, maybe I would have even considered you as a cool dude. You know what? I would have actually liked this story if that were to be the case. Also, I have to talk about this. So the first round happens, our boy rips them to shreds and says he'll be back for round 2. Mind you, we're talking about the guy who killed the Demon Lord and he's back even more overpowered. Everybody's fucking terrified. And what does the person who is the root cause of all of this says? I'm gonna kill him next time he comes. Bitch! Are you mad? Have you not seen what he did? He penetrated all of you like he's Jigsaw penetrating the atmosphere. Do you really think you stand a chance? Actually, just hire someone to kill you because once he comes back, he's gonna do all of this, plus more. You'll be just doing yourself a favor. Also, these NPCs are just dumb. They did not even riot. The hero exposed all of this shit, but they still didn't do anything. Oh my god. Just minus 25 points. I can deal with this shit. This was tolerable. I did not enjoy it. Except when I was writing about these. That was funny, reminding myself how stupid they were. I meant how felt. but that's okay. By all means, you can like these series yourself. I mean, like I said, I don't like these types of content, so I was already biased from the get-go. But, come on, you gotta admit, at some degree, these are stupid. That's why I have done this, so you don't get fooled by those overly bloated point system on anime platforms. Because most of us don't know if 5 or 7 is the average out of 10. Even though it says right there. Anyways, people, see you on the next one.